Libra, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be your reading for September. Keep in mind, Libra, timing and energy is still fluid. This reading could play out at any point in time, whenever you're guided to watch it. This is also for any major Libra placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If this message does not resonate, do check your other signs and placements. I'm focusing on energies in and around the Libra collective before jumping in with the cards. I want to talk about the energies that came through as I was tapping into the Libra collective. And what I kept hearing was it's time to focus on yourself. It's time to focus on yourself. It's time to focus on your own needs and to think about your goals, especially when it comes to your career. Libra is a very relationship-focused sign. And sometimes Libra can get so caught up in worrying about everybody else, you kind of forget to take care of yourself. So it's time to focus on yourself this month, to focus on your own needs, and not worrying about everybody else. So let's jump in with the cards, Libra. I'm starting off this month by using the Astro Oracle, Astro Star Codes Oracle deck. Something along those lines, and we're going to get you 3 messages from this deck. We're going to see what main astrology aspects are coming up for my Libra collective, and then we're going to jump in with the tarot, and I will close off the reading with a couple of messages from the Crystal Stone deck. So let's see what message needs to come through for Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What the main message is for September for my Libra collective. Ninth house exploration. So the ninth house is all about the higher mind, the higher thought processes, exploration. 47, breaking down 2 and 11. We get the series, the asteroid series. I hope I'm pronouncing that properly. Nurturing, self-nurturing. 29, also breaking down to an 11. And look at that. Oh my God. 11, 11, 11. Aquarius energy. Collaboration. So I think you're really going to want to pay attention to your ninth house. I think a lot of higher mind, astral travel, a lot of digging in to who you are, why you are the way you are, what makes you tick. And I think September is a big month of focusing on union of self. I think you're closing out some major karmic cycles. I'm feeling like you're learning how to mother yourself. You're learning how to nurture yourself. And this might possibly bring in some new collaborations, Aquarius. So humanitarian efforts. The water bearer, you might find yourself shedding some tears this month as you close out a cycle, I'm going to say, of self-worth. Bottom of the deck, the ascendant, the first house, the arrival. So get ready to be shown some cosmic truths about the past. The ascendant is the gateway to some past life energy. 39, breaking down to a 12. Breaking down to a 3, which is like that holy trinity union of self, mind, body, and soul. It's also the energy of the Empress manifestation. And I think you're arriving at your truest, most authentic self this month. And I do think the energy is going to be a little bit up and down. So you might want to have a look at where Aquarius falls in your natal chart. So that might be a big thing coming up for you this month. But I think a lot of mental expansion, self-nurturing, blooming into your most authentic self. So let's jump in with the tarot and see what other energies need to come through for Libra. What else does Libra need to be aware of? Wow, 2 of Pentacles. Knight of Wands, maybe you've been overworking, working too hard. I think there is a need for you to bring balance into your life, work-life balance. Maybe you need a little bit more fun in your life, Libra, but I think you can't keep juggling all of these priorities. I think maybe a new passionate romance is going to arrive. Maybe, maybe it's been a dry desert for quite some time. I do think you are encouraged to stay focused on a relationship to yourself. Do not be swayed by temptation. Yeah, you might just want to defend yourself. You might be needing to defend yourself, standing up for your beliefs. I think you're finding it challenging to find your self-confidence. So we're going to see what else needs to come through for you, Libra. I'm going to do a 9-card spread. I'm going to clarify as need be. I'll call it any signs that I do feel need mentioning that you may or may not be dealing with. Interesting. This was the first card out the gate. I believe it was for Virgo. So you could be dealing with a Virgo. Doesn't have to be, but I think get ready to cut through some confusion. Get ready to make a decision. I think it's time to stop procrastinating. It's time to stop overanalyzing the past. I think maybe you've recently gone through an ending of a marriage that at one point in time you thought it was your happily ever after. You see the mom, the dad, the little girl, the little boy, you know, what everybody would picture to be the perfect family. And I feel maybe that's recently crumbled. I do think your children are in focus. I do think you've got a lot of love for your children. I think you're finally cutting through some disillusionment when it comes to a relationship that did not bring you a lot of emotional contentment. Yeah, definitely an unrequited love situation, I feel. And there's the sun. Illumination, an epiphany of some sort. Everything's going to work out okay, Libra. Yeah, see, unrequited love. I think you were in a foundation in the past and it was all about stability, the money. Maybe you've been dealing with a King of Coins. Maybe you've been dealing with a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, where all they cared about was financial security and money, 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 money. Maybe, you know, this person appeared to be a supportive parent and spouse, but it was an illusion. The 7 of Cups is an illusion, right? A fantasy, an illusion. Definitely an unrequited love situation, and yeah, an entrapped situation. And I think maybe you stayed stuck in that situation for a long time. I think you're getting ready to have an angry outburst. Wow, 5 of Cups. I'm pretty sure Virgo ended with the 5 of Cups too. So you might want to check out the Virgo reading if you're connected to a Virgo, more Virgo energy. I think you're getting a clean slate. You are moving towards victory and success. Cancer energy, more Virgo energy. And I think there's going to be some kind of secrets revealed that will allow you to move forward. I think you are apprehensive maybe about building a new foundation. Maybe you've been planning carefully before getting things moving. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck. I do feel you've got some type of guardian angel or somebody watching over you. So I feel you were definitely in an illusion of some sort. I think maybe this was a connection that really hindered your self-confidence. I think you're lacking a lot of self-confidence. I think maybe you're feeling helpless. Maybe you're afraid of the future. Maybe somebody here is unwilling to take responsibility for a loveless situation. I think maybe you were dealing with somebody very flirtatious in the past, and the Knight of Cups comes in with a cup of bullshit and you know, lacks balance. There was a lack of balance in a relationship here. Definitely a situation. Maybe you had a sudden love affair that broke you free from an unhappy marriage of some sort because you were emotionally discontent. And I feel maybe you went towards somebody that was dealing with addictions. But I feel you've been waiting to find that clarity when it comes to moving forward. And I think there is going to be success ahead. Everything is going to turn out okay. But I feel there's going to be like an epiphany or something that is going to spark some movement forward. And maybe you've been spending a lot of time turning inward. That's what the High Priestess does. Maybe there's fear of spending some time alone and going into meaningful solitude in order to receive some wisdom from this lesson. I feel maybe you've recently gone through a divorce, or this divorce is finally finalized, but I feel you're severing some cords. You're cutting people out of your life. The Queen of Swords can be angry, bitter, jealous, vengeful. I highly suggest not going down the path of revenge. Could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but I kind of feel like you're harboring this Queen of Swords energy. I feel you're angry. You're angry at how much time you spent wasted. in a false foundation. Maybe you're angry over going towards a romantic love affair, a sudden love affair, and it didn't turn out the way you wanted, and maybe somebody was inexperienced, and maybe you've recently received a message regarding this relationship that also led to another unrequited love situation. I think you've been all trapped up in your head. And I feel you've been in a place of self-denial, really focusing on the negative, focusing on the loss, focusing on a missed opportunity. Maybe somebody came between you and this committed partnership, but I feel you are being encouraged to look for the hidden blessing. I think, maybe this sudden love affair was to get you to leave behind a foundation that was purely built out of financial security, because I really don't see any love in these cards. So I think get ready to find your dedication to plan for the future. I do think there is a need to rebalance some priorities, work-life balance, and there is a need to find your determination to move forward. I think there's a need to really trust in the intuitive hits that you've been receiving. I think you really need to go within. You very well could be dealing with a Pisces or a Cancer or a Leo, but I feel this energy of you just want to fall in love. You just want to be swept off your feet, and all you keep getting met with is unrequited love situations. And maybe this is in order to open you up to some psychic abilities. I feel there's going to be an event or a shakeup. And the energy is very oversensitive. So I do want to look into this Knight of Cups in reversed, because this is like my smile and liar energy. And I feel if somebody did hurt you and it was a blow to your self-esteem, there is victory here. So definitely could be dealing with somebody that's just not willing to give up their independence. You very well could be dealing with a Virgo. Maybe you're dealing with somebody that just wants to be alone, not willing to give up their independence. Maybe you need to seek out a spiritual life coach or spiritual mentor. Maybe you're dealing with somebody that just isn't open in the heart space and they need to go through a period of self-discovery. But I feel acknowledging an unwise choice, going towards victory, releasing any conflicting, opposing opinions. I also feel this fear of being alone. And it takes a lot of hard work to enjoy your solitude, right? So I also feel like a codependency here, and maybe there's a need to kind of work on your self-worth and your self-value in the month of September. Maybe it's time to go back to school, take some coursework, learn something new, maybe sharpen up your esoteric skills, your esoteric knowledge, figure out what it is that you really love to do, and focus on learning all you can about that. Because I do feel you're really coming to terms with, a false start, a missed opportunity. Maybe somebody's recently blocked communication because I think they're blocked in the heart space, and I think there is a need to know your worth and your value. I think you're having a hard time with self-worth and self-value, which is making it hard to manifest abundance in your life. And so getting honest with yourself about somebody, I think, that's had some very questionable motives, and maybe you've not wanted to see this lack of integrity because love can be blind, right? So let's take a look at this Queen of Swords reversed, Five of Cups, because I do feel a little bit of resentment coming from that energy. And so, yeah, a need to walk away from something, not wanting to walk away from something. I'm unwilling to accept things at face value, unwilling to learn something new. And whatever you've been clinging to, it's not going to lead to long-term success. It's time for you to take that leap of faith for that new beginning. What is it that you want to dream into existence? Because I think you're afraid of being alone. And it's kind of time to take that leap of faith to step into independence. So the Queen of Swords reversed, there's denial. There's self-denial here is what I'm feeling about what it is that you need to move on from. There's something that needs to be walked away from, something from the past. You're here on a spiritual quest, but I feel resistance to the spiritual journey, resistance to making some big life changes, resistance to shifting your priorities, and there's that stuckness. Piscean energy. I got something in my eye, guys. More Piscean energy. And so the Hanged Man in reversed is, I'm not going to change. I don't want to learn this lesson. I'm not willing to see things in a new light. And it's very stubborn, stuck energy. And the King of Swords reversed. I think you're in self-denial. You're dealing with somebody that is emotionally unavailable. You're dealing with somebody that's a liar, quite possibly abusive, narcissistic. Definitely somebody that lacks integrity, that's not willing to communicate clearly. And you're holding on, focusing on the loss, focusing on the negative, and forgiveness of self. Understanding that everything happens for a reason and trying to find the hidden blessing, because let me tell you, ain't nothing moving forward. This ain't coming to fruition. And it's kind of time to take a leap of faith in a new direction. And I think you've been juggling, holding on to a missed opportunity, something that at one point I think you thought was going to be really amazing. Somebody's lacked courage to do the right thing, and I think it's kind of time to break free. To break free from a trauma bond, to break free from, a toxic, codependent situation, the devil energy, Capricorn energy. It's time to accept responsibility for this situation. I think there's addictions here. There's unhealthy habits here. It's definitely not a connection that's supporting your pathway to happiness. And I think there's a lot of self-denial. And I think in order to embrace true unconditional love, you kind of have to embrace unconditional love of self first. So I think, as much as you want to choose from the heart, you're going to have to use your logic here a little bit, because I think it's time to recover from a very toxic situation that I feel you've spent a lot of time trying to manifest, and it's not coming to fruition. The Seven of Coins in reverse is like, stop watering this dead tree. There's nothing left to grow here. You cannot bring it back from the dead. It's over. There's no seeing eye to eye. There's no resurgence of a past love coming back together. It's time to give up this toxic situation. It's time to embrace a fresh new start and get your foot stuck out of the wheel and allow things to change, allow things to move forward. So there's going to be a sudden shakeup that's going to move you forward. And it's not going to feel like positive change at first, but it is positive change. Because, you don't know your worth and you don't know your value. And it's really time to pick yourself up off the ground. It's really time to get grounded, to get rooted, to know your worth, to know your value. I think it's time to get practical. It's time to love yourself, nurture yourself, take care of yourself, and it's maybe time to learn something new. I think it's time to use your logic. It's time to face these challenges, to review everything very carefully, to really pay attention to the insights, because I think maybe you've been dealing with a third-party situation and you've been holding on, over-romanticizing something, maybe because you've been connected to this person since childhood, but I think it's caused a lot of conflict. I think it's caused a lot of drama, and I think it's time to walk away. It's time to release this heart pain. It's time to heal from the past is kind of what I'm feeling for you, Libra. Let's take a look at this Eight of Swords, because this is an illusion. This is an illusion, an entrapment. It's time to take the rose-colored glasses off. It's time to release this situation. Because it's keeping you stuck in low self-worth, low self-value. And you can't give birth to your dreams when you don't know your worth and your value. It's time to take care of yourself. It's time to take those next steps forward. I think you're at a big, big decision point, a pivot point, a divine wide point on the journey. It's time to make a bold choice here. I think you've been partnering up with people that just don't share the same values, don't share the same dreams, and it's time to partner up with people that will value and respect you. It's time to move forward. It's time to release something that you've been holding on to for a very long time, maybe up to 4 years. But I think, I do think this hurts. And I think, you've not wanted to see this. Maybe you made the unwise choice. I'm not sure, but there is a better way. There is something out there that will make you happier, because the sun is the dead central energy. There's going to be an epiphany. Happier times are around the corner, but you got to release this extended period of grieving over something that you've been holding on to that you need to walk away from. because you've been dealing with somebody that lacks integrity, that has questionable motives, and you are being asked to avoid this person at all cost. It's time to transform your situation, Libra. It's time to transform your life. I do think maybe this was a significant life experience, and I think maybe you got pushed into making some changes you weren't ready to make. There's going to be an unexpected revelation. It's time for you to break free from an old mindset, an old belief system, procrastination. I think you've lacked the strength to find your personal power to break free from an unwise choice. And you've definitely been under the veil of illusion, and fear has been ruling your life. So pay attention to the signs, because don't let fear stop you from releasing a burden. Something that you've carried for a long time, something that maybe isn't even yours to carry, because there is a need for work-life balance, and there is a need to make peace with a foundation that has crumbled. There's no unity here. There's no sense of togetherness here. There's really nothing left here to celebrate, and you've not been heeding that wise counsel, that wise advice. I think you're still healing from an ending of a long-standing committed partnership, and you've got some more inner work to do. My wounded healer, the Chiron aspect. So you might really want to take a look at your Chiron placement and figure out where that core wound is and why you keep attracting people to trigger this core wound to the surface, because there's resistance to this ending, and the new beginning cannot come in until you go through this spiritual transformation. So where have you been lying to yourself? Where do you need to get rigorously honest about a situation that has left you lacking self-worth and self-value? Because the Empress upright knows her worth and her value, and she ain't going to settle for anything less than she deserves. So let's get you a couple last messages, Libra. With the Crystal Stone deck, we'll see what else the guides have for you when it comes to this message. I think it's time to reconsider your collaborations, your social circle. Yep, and it's time for you to get organized. I think you know exactly what it is you need to do to have that clean slate beginning, but your discernment has been a little bit skewed. I think you've been over analyzing a situation. It's time to organize your headspace. Maybe it's time to minimalize your physical reality. Maybe it's time to purge some things out of your house. I just feel like this deep need for some breathing room. And I think you've been in this never-ending onslaught of meeting everybody else's demands, everybody else's requests. And what about you? What about you? It's time to really claim your success. And in order to do that, you're going to have to release this lack mentality. I think it's going to be business focused, career focused moving forward. It's kind of time to make things happen career-wise. And so I think the energy is going to be intense. You could be dealing with a Gemini, but I feel you're trading something lesser for something better, and it's really time to disconnect from anybody that's been dragging you down. Anybody that's all about the money, the power, the glory. It's time to really go heart forward in order to build sustainable foundations, and I think get ready to manifest what it is that you desire, but first you're going to have to break free from these limitations, and you're going to have to be willing to shine a light on these negative vices, because I feel a spiritual journey here, and I think you're feeling like it's been like a moving target, like you're this moving target, and you really got to pay attention to your thoughts because they have been dishonoring you. So get ready to really get to the bottom of a situation. I think you're reprogramming the way you think. You're likely a master manifester, and it's time to stop doubting yourself. It's time to stop doubting yourself. Quit saying, yeah, but tomorrow, yeah, but next day. Do it now. I also feel get ready to experience some states of transcendence. If you've been skeptical about your purpose, I do think an epiphany is going to come forward in order to make your purpose crystal clear in the month of September, Libra, and that's kind of what I got. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a soulmate reading with me, I do encourage you to check out that description box below, Libra. And I do look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.